Jaden, kind of another game where y'all are right in it. In the second half, maybe just the last 7-8 minutes couldn't get a shot to fall. How frustrating is that to create that tie and not be able to kind of make some shots?
I mean, it's very frustrating not to be able to get the ball to go in the basket. I mean, at the end of the day, teams are going to score. So it's just you got to be able to score on offense and be able to match it at least a little bit. Our defense, I thought our defense was fine tonight. It just offense struggled a lot. And when you got great teams like that, they're the best offensively efficient team in the league. You got to be able to score points. So I was impressed by our defense, but our offense still needs work.
Another winnable ball game for you guys tonight. The ball could have gone in the hole just a little bit more. Ball movement didn't look quite as sharp as some of the nights you've had, but what do you guys come away with at the end of this kind of ball game? What do you learn for the, you're still kind of close?
You just got to be prepared, ready to play. Gotta make shots. I mean, it's a make or miss lead. I mean, that's the bottom line to it. So it's simple as I can put it.
Jaden, it seems like it's either kind of a really hot night for you guys from deep or ice cold. I know you're not a big 3-point shooter, but is it a part of it maybe keeping the guys' confidence up, in situations where maybe the shots aren't falling in bunches?
I mean, yes. At the end of the day, you got to shoot the ball. I mean, you got to keep shooting it. It doesn't matter if you're off tonight because we need those shots, step in threes, threes off passes, and we turning down open looks. We got to shoot those because those might be some of the best looks we get, and we need perimeter shooting to beat these kind of teams. And you're right. Right now it's rather we're really hot or we're ice cold. We have to have some middle ground. We got to have some nights we can at least hit 5 or 6 threes, balance it out. I know we won't get 11 again like Houston, but we got to have some middle ground, some balance because it's hurting us. It's hurting us right now.
Even though you guys got less turnovers than they did a better job of capitalizing on your turnovers. They got out in transition a little bit and got into the paint and got a little tick-tack fouls as well, it seemed like. But where's this team at in that regard in terms of defense and what do you got to do moving forward?
Once we get back, we're solid on defense. So we have to limit baskets. We have to limit baskets in transition. But credit to Kendrick Davis, probably the best point guard in the league, pushing it down our throat basically all night. So I mean, it's hard to simulate what he can do, and especially coming off quick turnaround. It's very hard to simulate, and to just go from playing Memphis point guard to go playing Kendrick Davis is pretty different.
Jaden, you have 2 games coming up with Temple, 2 winnable games. What do you guys? They're back to back. First in Philly, and then you come back on Thursday, and then you come back to Greenville on Saturday. What do you guys have to do to beat them?
Temple, we have to just play. At the end of the day, we just got to be ourselves. Be ourselves. We got to rebound. We got to not turn over the ball. And we're a very efficient team. We get a lot of assists. And we got to share the ball and make some shots. And everything else will take care of itself. So we just got to be solid, follow the game plan coaches apply to us. And the game plan is really spot on. So we just got to listen to that and lock in, and we should be able to execute these next 2 games.
Coach, another tough night shooting the basketball. It seems like guys didn't really get their feet set a whole lot in 3-point opportunities, and a lot of them weren't really coming off of real crisp ball movement.
Well, our offense was terrible. I mean, we were 3 for 27 from 3. We looked like we were running in sand, and I did think we battled back to when we got to 49. I thought we got a little bit of a rhythm, but untimely missed layups, untimely missed free throws, and untimely turnovers. When you're playing, especially on easy shots like layups, just takes all the momentum away from you. And like you said, I mean, we're 3 for 27 from the 3-point line in the last 2 games. We need to shoot the ball better.
You got to 49-49 and a tie there about the 8-minute mark. Is that the tough part about the offense? Is then it kind of got stagnant from there, and obviously the most critical point in the game?
Well, I mean, then again, we had, they score, we've got a wide open layup, we get no points. I mean, we took, late in the, we're down about 8. We had to take a wide open 3 and turn it into a turnover. Those are the plays you can't make. I mean, we got to make easy plays. And I understand, you're a little leery about shooting the 3 when you hadn't shot it well, but at least on an open 3 and percentage wise, you got a chance. If you turn it over, you have no chance of scoring. And, when you're at 49-all, you got to make a decision. And obviously, Davis dominated the game, I thought, on both, and he gets them easy baskets.
It just seems like right now you guys either are kind of red hot or ice cold. Do you feel like if it doesn't start good, maybe the guys lose confidence in our little gunshot shooting from 3?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. I mean, shoot open shots, and we work on it enough. And if they lose confidence, about missing a couple of shots, we need to sub. We need to put somebody else in.
Joe, do you think that your guards tonight were a little tired or just maybe a little too tentative at times?
Yeah, I mean, but that being said, we really didn't practice yesterday. So, I mean, I know it was 3 games in 6 days, and the level that you have to play against. I mean, SMU's been sitting at home since last Wednesday, but the level you have to play. Now, that being said, we rested our guys. I mean, yesterday we walked through, we shot free throws, and we got treatment and stretched. Now, playing 3 games in 6 days against Houston, Memphis, and SMU, 3 of the better teams in the league, is not an easy task. But no one cares. You got to line up and play, and no one cared that SMU hadn't played, and I think we prepared right. We need to get our legs back under us.
These games seem to be much more winnable than they were in the past, and you don't seem to be very far away at the moment. You can just get some shots to fall.
When you get to 49-all, you make a decision to buckle up, and I thought obviously we've got to get to the point where we make those easy shots, and when things aren't going, because the other things, the easy shots give everybody confidence. Everybody sees the ball go in the basket, and then you want to buckle up a little tighter on defense. I mean, I thought our defense until late in the game was good enough to win the game, and you get it back to, like we talked about, 49-all. Then you have to make some easy plays, and tell you the truth, JJ got on a little bit of a roll. I thought he got hot, and then we need to make more offensive plays and make easier plays.
What were your thoughts on the Luigi ejection, and then how much did that kind of change your post game? Obviously missing him, and then guys that kind of in foul trouble after that.
Well, I mean, you look at it. You can look at it 2 ways. He looked at him and he stepped on him, or he looked at him and he was trying to get up and the kid changed. You can't tell. Now, I would like to give Luigi the benefit of the doubt. I've never seen him do that before, so I've never seen him do that before. But that impacts your team. And you got to not put yourself in those positions where they can make those judgment calls. They all 3 referees looked at it, and all 3 of them agreed. So there was not much of a, dissension among those guys. So, does that hurt? Yeah. I mean, we had to play small, more minutes. Not having Pig, with that changes the minutes on the perimeter. So we've got to figure some of these things out.
Edra seemed to do some good things when he was in there. Adds a little bit of depth moving forward. Talk about his play a little bit.
Last 3 games, he's helped us. He's done some things. We used him against, we've used him in stretches, and this was the most minutes he's played. But he's getting some confidence. He knows what he's doing. He just needs to continue to work, and he has. And I think the biggest improvement we've seen from he and Luigi, and hopefully when we can get Charles healthy, he'll continue to develop also.
Coach, I think it's been since UCF since we saw Noah play. Is that injury related, or just he's not really in the rotation right now?
As of right now, he's not really in the rotation. I mean, he has been a little banged up. He has been able to practice, and he's starting to figure some things out. But it's really right now he hasn't been in the rotation.
So, what's the conversation been like in that regard, in terms of just keeping his head into it long enough for him to, for his turn to kind of eventually come around?
Well, I mean, I think there's a number of factors. I mean, being able to execute what we want to execute at the level we want to execute it, and with the intensity that we want to execute it at. And then I think once he figures those things out, it's not a talent deal with him. I mean, but there's some things that when you're a point guard, the other 4 guys need to know what you're doing, and you need to know what they're doing, so we can all be on the same page. And I think he's starting to figure some things out. Now he needs to figure it out at the pace that we need to play at.
Coach, with Temple coming up on Thursday away in Philly and then back home on Saturday, What do you guys have to do to win those games?
We need to maybe, we obviously need to take care of the ball. We need to rebound the ball, and we need to get some offensive rhythm. I thought we played in spurts. I mean, it's the same thing at Memphis where we had some bad stretches. We need to eliminate a couple of those bad stretches. And I do think some easy baskets and some, and obviously making a 3 or 2 would probably give us a little bit more of a offensive ability.
Take one more, guys.
Joe, could you just maybe comment a little bit, the passing of Lou Hill? Some of us remember Coach Hill during his time here. Very sudden and very shocking.
Very sad. I mean, Lou and I were together for 4 years here, and then stayed in touch over the years. Obviously, Lou was at Oklahoma when I was at Kansas, and it was always great to see. I'll say this about Lou, and I text with his brother today. I never saw Lou have a bad day. He's a very pleasant person, very positive person. Great dad, and there's a lot of friends that are going to miss him. We really, Coach John Cooper on their staff, played with Lou at Wichita State, and it's just been a sad day. And we wish his family, our prayers and thoughts, because he's a great man.
Thank you, Joe.